There is a feeling most people recognize. Your phone slows down, the battery drains faster, apps crash more often, and then, almost on cue, a new model is announced. This feeling has a name, it has a history, and it did not begin with smartphones. Welcome to 1% More. One video. 1% more than you knew before. In 1924, the major light bulb manufacturers of the world, among them General Electric, Philips, and Osram, gathered in Geneva and made a decision. At the time, light bulbs were lasting up to 2,500 hours. The technology was improving. Bulbs were becoming more durable, more efficient, and less profitable. The manufacturers agreed to set a ceiling. From that point forward, no bulb produced by any cartel member would exceed 1,000 hours of use. Companies that produced longer-lasting bulbs were fined. The internal documents from these meetings have survived. They are public record. This is not speculation. It is one of the few cases in the history of industry where the intention to shorten a product's life is written down and signed. The arrangement was called the Phoebus Cartel. It held for 15 years, until the outbreak of World War II dissolved it. It also gave the practice a name, planned obsolescence. The term was formally defined in 1932 by economist Bernard London, who proposed, in all seriousness, that governments mandate the expiration of products to stimulate consumption during the Great Depression. The proposal was not adopted, but the logic behind it was not forgotten. For most of the 20th century, planned obsolescence was primarily a hardware problem. Products were built with components designed to wear out, not immediately, but predictably. In the 21st century, the practice evolved. The product itself no longer needed to break. The software could do it instead. In December 2017, developers using the benchmarking tool Geekbench published data showing a consistent pattern. iPhones running older hardware performed significantly worse after certain iOS updates. The degradation was measurable, systematic, and correlated directly with the age of the device. Apple acknowledged the practice. The company stated that the slowdowns were designed to prevent aging batteries from causing unexpected shutdowns, a technical explanation that satisfied some engineers and convinced almost no one else. The resulting lawsuits were settled for up to $500 million in the United States alone. In France, Italy, and other European jurisdictions, investigations and fines followed. Apple is not the only company to have faced such accusations. But Batterygate, as it became known, remains the clearest documented case of software-driven obsolescence in the modern era, and the one that forced the issue into public and legislative debate. The history of planned obsolescence is often told as a story of corporate deception, and in several documented cases, that framing is accurate. But the more sophisticated version of the practice does not require deception at all. It requires desire. Annual model cycles, incremental design updates, software ecosystems that reward the latest hardware, none of these necessarily break a product. They make the existing product feel insufficient. The phone still works, but it no longer feels like enough. This is the distinction that makes modern planned obsolescence so difficult to regulate. Legislating against a product that breaks prematurely is straightforward. Legislating against the feeling that what you own is no longer adequate is something else entirely. The European Union has begun to try. The Right to Repair Directive, adopted in 2024, requires manufacturers to provide spare parts, repair information, and software support for defined periods after a product's release. Starting in 2026, large companies are prohibited from destroying unsold goods. More than 30 American states have introduced similar legislation. These are meaningful steps, but they address the hardware layer of obsolescence, the broken components, the withheld spare parts. The deeper layer, the engineering of desire, remains, for now, largely untouched. The light bulb that started all of this, the one burning in a fire station in Livermore, California, has been on since 1901. It has outlasted the Phoebus Cartel. It has outlasted every company that tried to engineer its replacement. It still works. The question worth asking is not whether products could be built to last longer. The evidence suggests they could. The question is whether a system built on the constant renewal of desire has any interest in letting them.